and then you see some pieces. Today, I just was thinking about like this line that connects us. This line, and it's just, and it doesn't have to be linear. It can be, a movement. But I just was just thinking about this conversation about the food and the religion and our voices and our language, and it just reminds me like how much we know without knowing. And then when we see folks, we know them by what we see and what we feel. And so it was just an affirmation today that a lot of people are talking about that, whether or not it's through, our multiple languages, about our foods, about our music. And I just wonder when we walk the streets of like Roxbury, Mattapan, I just look at folks, I'm like, that's family. That's family. And I just, and just to have the hope that regardless, like that's what we know, and how do we like harness that? And how do we keep our stories so rich around it? But it was just beautiful, like a lot of affirmations in all the different languages saying the same thing, that we're part of a world community, the diaspora. Like, no matter how they said it, English, French, Creole, and you heard that word, you knew what it was. And I just say, like, that's how I am when I see people. It's like, you know who they are by their face. It doesn't matter what they speak, but I want to know how can we continue to just pull these energies together, that we can just do that without having to have, the litany of the resume or the litany of where you're from, but how can we just see, like when we see each other, we work with one another, and we can let our children know that this is what it is, and no one has to tell us what that looks like and what that feels like. But I think sometimes with society, we want to have this guard. We want to have this guard. So I'm just like, it's a blessing to be here and to hear the voices of all our languages saying the same thing time after time after time. So I just want to affirm that. And so that was very helpful.
For me, it really was a strong film for me. I'm born in Africa, so a lot of issues that people
all of Africa?
No, in Africa just